Correlation between listening to what women tell you is attractive and having more sex is zero. I'm not saying this. This is Rob Henderson saying this in the study that they were talking about previously. Why do people treat you differently after you get in shape? When you're overweight, you're ignored, but once you fit, people want your advice and women seem more interested in you. Why is that? Well, like evolutionary psychology answers. So who's the guy who looks the most dangerous? He's the one that women are going to notice the most because he looks more dangerous. I think being more in shape makes you look more dangerous. It makes you look relevant and competent. So I want you to think about a woman ancestrally. The guys who were the strongest, the guys who were the most fit, they were the ones who would be able to procure resources the best. And so that's what you would want in these situations. Being overweight doesn't look like you're agile enough to go kill the gazelle or to be able to combat with other men because you're being hindered.
A series of videos of men, and these are just like very brief video clips. And then at the end, they asked these women, how sexually attractive is this man? Scale from 1 to 7, not at all attractive to very sexually attractive. Then they showed a group of men the same videos of these same guys and asked them a different question. And the question was, how likely is it that this man would win a physical fight with another man? And it was, same kind of scale, like very unlikely to very likely. And then the researchers tracked those men in those videos and had them return 18 months later and asked them a bunch of questions, including, basically how many sexual partners have you had over the last 18 months?
So remember, there's two different things going on here, guys. One of them is women saying that this man is attractiveness and rating him on a 7-point scale. Okay, these group of men. And the other one is men rating their physical prowess as far as whether or not they would win a fight on a 7-point scale. Which is going to correlate more closely? Women finding these men physically attractive or men saying that this guy would win a fight? Which would correlate more to more sexual partners? According to most dating coaches and female dating coaches, which one of these is going to correlate higher to more sexual partners? They're listening to women tell them what women find attractive. Super misogynistic. I can't believe Michael is telling you to not listen to women. That's fine. I'm not telling you to do shit. I just want you to listen to the rest of this conversation and then you try to figure it out.
The correlation between how sexually attractive the women found these men and how many partners they had was zero. There was no correlation at all between how...
Remember, guys, we're being taught constantly that we need to go to females for females to explain to us what makes women attracted to men. And then when we listen to the females talk about what they find attractive, the correlation between that and these men getting more sexual partners is zero.
They were to women and how many partners they had later. But there was a strong and significant correlation between how intimidating or formidable men rated them and how many sexual partners they recounted over the last 18 months.
So looking relevant, competent, dangerous, in shape caused you to have more sexual partners. And when we ask women, what do women like? What do women say about stuff like this? I don't want a guy who fights. What do women guys? Do they want the rip guy, or do the women report that they want the what instead?
I've heard they want a man that reads.
No, they want a man who reads, but they don't want the guy who's ripped. What kind of body are all of them?
They say the dad bod is.
They want the dad bod. So when we listen to women say, I find the dad bod attractive, when we look at the correlation, we find that the correlation for what they say is sexy equals zero. That doesn't help you with women. But when we look at relevant, competent men who are lean, mean, look like they're dangerous and can fight, the number of sexual partners they have increased, which is why I want to say this real quick. This is the clip for you. If you guys want to clip this one, this is one of the ones that's going to get me in trouble. If you want to know how to turn women on, you need to stop listening to women and you need to start listening to guys who turn lots of women on. Sorry, it's true, because the men who turn women on, they're almost like an outside observer. They're an unbiased observer. They did the thing and either they got the sex from women or they didn't. For women, there's attraction and comfort, and these two things are confusing. If we were to go through and look at the attributes that these women were reporting were sexually attractive in men, what we're going to find is attributes that are good in a partner or father of their child or husband. But we're not going to find things that are actually sexually attractive. I beat this whole idea into the ground all the time. I just made a video about this. I would love it. Guys, life-changing. If you would please, for the love of God, check out this video. This video is absolutely goes over this topic. What's going on, guys? They describe to us all the things that they want in their docile, domesticated, obedient husband. When women are telling in the Rob Henderson study, when women are saying, this is what I find attractive, what they're talking about is the docile husband, the obedient, docile husband who stays at home with the kids. What are those things? Do you guys remember what they are? I want a man who reads, speaks multiple languages, who gardens, who's emotionally available, who's emotional intelligence. Those are the things women are claiming. And when we listen to those things, the correlation between those things and having more sex is, put it up, guys, put your hand up just like this. The correlation is what? Eric, Gabriel, Adrian, what's the correlation? It's 0. Put a 0. If you guys understand this is true, put a 0 in the chat, guys. Put a 0 in the chat if you understand that the correlation between listening to women tell you what's attractive and actually having more sex is 0. Let me say that again. Let me say it for those of you in cheap seats.
0.
Correlation between listening to what women tell you is attractive and having more sex is 0. I'm not saying this. This is Rob Henderson saying this in the study that they were talking about previously. Okay. And then we go over this ad nauseum in the video here, which I would love for you guys to check out.
They want they're describing the things they want in a partner and in a father to their child. When we ask women what they're attracted to, we're asking what makes you want to have sexual intercourse with men. And because we don't understand that these two questions, we're using the same words, but these are two completely different questions. When you guys understand that, when women are describing these things to you, ironically, the only woman who's actually telling the truth on this consistently is Alex Cooper on Call Her Daddy, but she keeps having one female guest after another talking about, I don't like nice guys. It was fun getting ran through by all these dudes. She's the only one. Like, I don't think the advice she gives to women is very smart, but she is honest. She's being honest about what women actually react to. They don't really like the nice guys. And so when you see this over and over again, I want you to understand, if you want to be like me, I want to treat whoever I'm dating really well. I'm one of these dudes that, like, if I'm with someone and I care about them, I want to do good things for them. The only way that you can be that kind of guy with an attractive woman and not have her walk all over you is two things. Number one, she needs to know all the time and forever that other women find you attractive. This is so incredibly important. It fixes almost every single problem. When your girl knows that if she turned her back, that other women would come up and hit on you or that other women find you attractive, it changes the entire dynamic in the relationship.
This is absolutely true, guys. I argue this all the time. It is one of the greatest things that I've learned is that concept right there.